I do not want this book to be delayed. And so rereading some of those scenes, I just love these two. I don't expect them to tell me it's perfect, but I just want them to tell me it's done. Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. It is great to have you all here. Welcome to a writing / editing vlog. Mostly editing, but maybe some writing. I need to finish draft 3. I need to get the beta draft done. So it is currently Monday, May 26th as I am filming this, and I really would like to have draft 3 done by Friday, May 30th. I will be happy if it's done by the 31st or the 1st, but it definitely needs to be done and being sent off to the betas by June 1st on Sunday. So I'm going to be vlogging Monday through Friday this week. I'm just going to vlog the editing sessions. I won't vlog that much of the rest of the week, but we need to get this done. I do not want this book to be delayed. I really don't, and that is my fear. My fear is that I'm not gonna get as much work done as I would like, that like summer break, I need summer break so bad. I'm still so tired from teaching. If you're new here, I am a full-time writing instructor at a university. I'm part of the English faculty. So I'm currently on summer break, which means I can be a full-time writer, indie author, content creator, vlogger for the summer. I've got 3 months. And technically now I have less than that. Like the 3 months are ticking down. I can already feel May has really slipped by. Like it's pretty much the end of May now. And I posted my final grades on the 9th, I think it was. Like the last 2 weeks, I know where they've gone. Like I took the week of the 12th off to just do as little as possible, and I needed that. I desperately needed that. And then last week I started getting back into editing and back into filming and vlogging and all of those things, but it's still yeah, like my brain just desperately wants to not do anything. And like today, it's Monday, it's just about 2:30. I'm only just now sitting down to do some editing work. I've been working. I've been up since, technically I've been awake since 5. I've been out of bed since about 6. Yesterday and today I have let myself have a really kind of slow morning. I have needed that, so like that's fine. But like I've been up, I've gone to Whole Foods today, I've done my grocery shopping, I've edited the video, or mostly edited the video for Wednesday, so like I'm getting ahead on that. But this week I've got 2 videos that need to be edited for Wednesday and Friday because I'm putting up part 2 of my Q&A on Friday. Those will be up now by the time you're watching this. So yeah, there's work that needs to be done outside of editing, and so by the time I get that work done, I just don't want to edit. It's also because I'm getting to that point of the editing process where I just don't want to do it anymore. Like on the one hand, I'm done with this book and I'm ready to move on. On the other hand, I know it's not done yet. I know it's not ready yet, so I can't move on to the next stage. But it's to that point where this is where I have to be doing everything right, because after this stage, like obviously I can send it to the betas, and if there's any remaining things that they want fixed, I will fix those things. But like we are getting to that point where once I start copy editing, that's kind of it. Like that's it for the story. The story is locked in. The story is not going to change. Structural issues, developmental issues are done. They're hopefully solved by that point. And so there's always that fear of, have I done it well enough? Is it ready for that stage? You never feel like it's ready. I never feel like it's ready to be copy edited. It's more that I'm just ready for it to move on to the next step. And if it's still not good enough, then it's just not going to be good enough. There's always going to be something that some reader will find fault with. You're never going to be able to edit your book so perfectly that everyone will love it. So that's kind of not something to aim for anyway. But I do struggle with figuring out when it is at least good enough for me and when I am happy with it, because I don't think I ever fully feel happy with any of my drafts. I just know that I have to let go and let the book come out, but because I will just tinker with these books forever and you would never get to read them and then no one would be happy. So yeah, it's like I just need to get it done. So I am definitely dragging out this intro because I don't want to edit. I don't want to have to face the issues that this book still has, but I'm the only one who can solve them. So I need to get to work. I have an iced coffee and an almond croissant, so I'm using that to bribe myself. I also have some beautiful peonies. So some of them are nearing the end. They were the first ones to open up, but they look beautiful. They're keeping me happy here at my desk. So I'm gonna light a candle, get my music turned on, get everything set up, and I don't know what I'm going to start with, but I think I found that there were, I think when I went through my revision notes, there were three or four things that I felt like these have to be fixed before I can send it to the betas. So I'm gonna pick one of those things and just start working on it. Okay, day one is done. I've been working for the past hour-ish on a bonus scene, and then I was working for about an hour prior to that on draft 3 edits. So I now have the beginnings of a bonus scene for Patreon. So that should be up by the time you are watching this. Because this is going to go up on Monday, June 2nd, and I'm hoping to put that bonus scene up somewhere between the 28th and the 30th. So head on over to Patreon and subscribe. The bonus content is for paid members only, but I have been posting the occasional like free content over there. I think I'm going to start putting, you guys can let me know, those of you who are who've joined for free, thought I might start posting like the links to the vlogs when they go up, because I post them on Facebook and on Instagram, but I know not all of you are on there, are on one of those, so I figured posting the link on Patreon for the free members of the Patreon community, it might be a way of just keeping up to date on that as those links go live, because I do share in the email at the end of the week links to the vlogs. So yeah, anyway, let me know. But I have been putting up the occasional free content post, but the bonus scenes are always going to be for paid members only. And yeah, this one is about 1,500 words so far, a little bit less, because I've got my like context and spoiler warning at the beginning, but I do have a little scene. I'm really happy with it. So I'll edit it tomorrow and maybe add to it a little bit, but it's just, I like it. It's just a little scene. The 2 scenes I've done on Patreon so far have been alternate POV scenes. So the scene is already written. The scene isn't new. It's just the perspective switch. But this is completely new. It's doesn't exist in any other form in the books. So yeah, it's with Josh and Kate. So that was fun to kind of revisit them. So I need to come up with more ideas like that of things that aren't just alternate versions of existing parts of the books. I do have other scenes like that, other like alternate POV scenes that I do want to do, but I also want to make sure I'm doing some like new stuff that's not just switching the POV. As for edits, those are going well. I feel really good about how today went as far as editing. I did manage to cross off quite a few notes, so that feels really good. I've got a few purple notes left, and I think just one of them. I'm scrolling through. Yeah, I think just one of them feels like something that I really need to do before it goes out to the beta readers. So I should definitely, hopefully, finish the beta draft, finish draft 3, which will be the beta draft, because it is looking like it will be done by Friday. If I don't send it out until Saturday or Sunday, that's fine, but if I could get it done by Friday, that would be amazing. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I've got a lot of notes that I've color coded in pink, and those are the ones that I just kind of want to see what the beta readers think, and also for me to be able to read through it with those notes in mind. I've put them all on a single page document that I'm going to print out and like have next to me while I'm reading through the beta draft. So there's things that I think might still need some work, but I'm gonna wait and see. I'm getting very sleepy. I'm getting very tired. It's 4:30, so it is time to stop. It's time to close these blinds. I need to put the blackout curtains up, and I need to clean this office. This office is a disaster. That might be the next vlog, is giving my office its little summer cozy writing cave hibernation mode makeover, because it's time. Yeah, these blinds, it's time. It's time to black out this window. It's getting too hot outside, and it's getting too bright in the morning and in the afternoon. So I need to close those and go sit back on the couch and just relax for the rest of the evening. But editing has gone well today. There were a few scenes that I was looking through. I was mostly working on some of the later chapters, and I was going through specifically to look at some of the really kind of key milestone, romantic milestone chapters for Molly and Andrew, the 2 main characters of this story, just to kind of make sure that like that's progressing the way that I want it to. And so rereading some of those scenes, I just love these 2. I really do. So I don't know, like there's still a lot of doubt with my overall writing ability, and like, can I write a good story? I can, but we're at the point where I feel like I can't. We're at the point where I'm doubting everything. So reading some of these scenes and just like getting the warm and fuzzies for these characters did help settle my brain just a little bit. So it just makes me excited for you all to be able to read it. And that's what I need to stay focused on. Like whenever I start feeling like I don't want to work on this, and I'm, you know, feeling like I can't work on it, or whatever, you know, bits of self-doubt start to flash up, I need to just remind myself that like, I really love this story. I really love these characters. I really want you all to read it. Like those of you who are looking forward to book 4 and who love the Independent Heart series, like it's time. You've waited almost 2 years, because when did Candle Shop came out? Was that was November of 20, oh, hold on, where are my notes? I'd said before in a previous vlog, I'm really bad at remembering my book birthdays. So Candle Shop was November 2023. So it's been a year and a half so far, about, since there was an Independent Hearts release. So it's time. I know a lot of you are really looking forward to it and are ready for book 4, and you're ready for Molly and Andrew. So I don't want to delay it for so many reasons. I don't want to delay this book coming out. I really, really, really want this book to come out this summer, like by August. Like, I really do want to be uploading it absolutely no later than that first week of classes, August 21st. So like, even if it has to launch in September, which I really don't want it to, but you know, at the very least getting it uploaded to KDP and like completely off my plate and just counting down the days to launch before the semester starts. But I would ideally like to launch it before the semester starts. It would, like, in an ideal world, we'd be launching it tomorrow. So we don't live in an ideal world. But the realistic goal would probably be to be able to launch it like the week or so before the semester starts. So like somewhere around August 10th, so that I can enjoy the launch and get through like all the excitement of the launch before I have to like be back on campus and in the classroom and teaching. So I really want, if I'm sticking with one launch per year, which is the most realistic thing for the time being, I really would like to get to a point where the books are launching kind of in the middle of the summer. Like June would just be perfect, because then I'm uploading things after the semester has finished in May, and I've got like then time at the beginning of summer break to like be planning things. So I feel like mid to end of June going forward is kind of what I would like to do. So that's not gonna work this year. There's no way I can get this book done that quickly this year, but hopefully next year for Across the Pond 5, if I can get this one out in August, then I think June or July of next year is more realistic for Across the Pond. Although, as I mentioned in the bonus video, part 2 of the Q&A that will have gone up on Friday, I do have hopes and dreams for the launch of Across the Pond 5 that are motivating me to have that book done by the beginning of May, by the end of the semester. Because, yeah, go back and watch that if you haven't, because that was a pretty big like hope that I shared. I don't usually like sharing that sort of thing because I feel like I jinx myself, but that's what I'm aiming towards, which is why I do want to be working on the first draft of Across the Pond 5 this summer, because if I can be like halfway through that draft by the end of the summer, then finishing the first draft of that this autumn during the fall semester will be a lot more realistic. But I don't want to be working on that project at the expense of working on Independent Hearts 4, so this is the priority. But I've made progress today. I feel good. It's coming along. We'll see how the next few days go. But yeah, I don't know. Before I sat down today, I was feeling really hesitant and like, I don't know if this book is any good. Like, I'm in that total self-doubt stage of the editing process where I'm just questioning everything. But the scenes I was looking at today, I like those scenes. So I know there's at least some good scenes in here, and they're big moments. They're like important moment type scenes. I know those are pretty good. So I don't know. I need to just get this draft done, read the beta draft, and take it from there. But for now, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go sit down and read and relax, and tomorrow we will get back to editing. Okay, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Update. Let's give you an update. How have things been going? Good and bad. So we'll focus on the not so good first. Yesterday was not good. Yesterday was not good. Yesterday I just had a horrible headache all day, and this is something I do struggle with a lot in the summers. I usually get chronic headaches in the summer. I think it's just to do with the heat and the temperatures rising and falling throughout the day, and atmospheric pressure and like weather systems moving in and out. But then also I think having the air conditioning on and like it's just stale recycled air all day long every day, I think that starts to get to me. And like the air conditioning has been on for long enough now that I think it's starting to bug me. I swear the air conditioning, it's a blessing and a curse. You cannot live in Arizona without it, but also it's not the nicest thing to live with. It's loud. I don't like the stale air. Like it's just so much nicer when my windows are open and I've got fresh air. Like yesterday morning and this morning, I felt fine on my hike. This morning I had a little bit of sinus pressure when I first woke up, but then the whole time I was hiking, I did a 2-mile hike this morning, going partway up the hill, like the mountain. So like it was a pretty intense hike. Like my watch decided it was an all-out workout intensity level. Battery died. But yeah, like I felt fine on that hike this morning. But then since getting home this morning, I've had pressure in my sinuses all day, and like it's now at 4:30 getting to a point where I'd say it's like slightly more than pressure. It is starting to feel like pain, and I'm starting to get like just tension pain, or like starting in my temples and going like down around the base of my skull. That's fading in and out. I'm fine on my hike, and then it gets worse throughout the day. I have been trying to drink so much water because that was one thing about yesterday. I thought maybe I'm just getting a bit dehydrated. Like it is a constant struggle to make sure I'm drinking enough throughout the day, because it just you need so much more water living in the desert in the summer especially. But like even in the winter, it's so dry here, but in the winter, it's when it's not that hot, you really don't notice how much water you actually need, because the dryness just kind of takes you by surprise. But in the summer, it's dry and it's hot, and so you're just needing so much extra water than what you think. So like I need to fill this up, but I've already gone through one of these on the hike and then another of these getting home, and I've had some coffee and some orange juice. So like I feel like I've been pretty well hydrated, and judging by the number of times I've had to go to the bathroom, I think I'm hydrated today. Still getting a headache. I was thinking, I had the thought earlier, I'm overdue for my eye appointment. And I have been noticing a slight change in my vision, and so that could also be contributing to the headaches. So I was thinking I needed to go see my primary doctor, but now I'm thinking I need to go see my eye doctor and just start there. And if the headaches persist, then I can go to my primary doctor. So yeah, that's been the not so good. I'm just not feeling well. I'm just really not feeling well. Yesterday, I think I got about 30 minutes of editing done. I got one major note crossed off, which was to go back and look at the chapter openings for every chapter. So kind of looking at the first 100 to 200 words in every chapter and just see like, is each chapter starting off in as strong of a way as possible? I mean, some of them could possibly be stronger, but I think they're good. Looking at them, I couldn't see any obvious weakness, any obvious chapter opening that just felt really boring. They all seemed like pretty quickly they start moving into some dialogue or action or something like that, or they start with dialogue or action. So I feel like those are good, and I crossed those off. But then I remembered there was something else that needed to be addressed. In chapter 1, I forgot that I still had some active notes at the end of chapter 1, and I just needed to add a couple sentences, so it was a quick fix this morning or today, but I wasn't able to focus on that yesterday. So I did a little bit of work on it yesterday, and yeah, it is what it is. So yesterday was spent mostly horizontal on the couch with a pillow and a blanket over my head. Eventually I got up and got my AirPod Pros. I needed to not hear the air conditioning. Noise and light was really bothering me yesterday. So I had my noise canceling headphones. I had a blanket over my eyes. I took a nap for like an hour and a half, I think. And then I tried doing some work in the afternoon. I managed to get the vlog that needed to go up today finished and sorted, and I started editing, or not the vlog, the Q&A. Part 1 of the Q&A is what went up today. So I got that done and ready to go up and uploading, and got the thumbnail done and the timestamps and all of that. And then I started editing the extra video, the part 2 of the Q&A, because that's going to go up tomorrow. So I started editing that, and so I probably worked for about 45 minutes to an hour on vlog stuff, on video stuff, and then I spent about 30 minutes on editing, and I couldn't focus. Today has been a little bit better. Today the headache hasn't been as bad as it could have been, so that's been, I'll take it. Like, at this point, I'll take what I can get. And I went for a nice hike this morning, as I said, so that was fun. Sat in my car because I'm really enjoying just like sitting in the back with the lift gate up and just enjoying the weather and enjoying the views. And like, at that point in the morning, it's too warm and too sunny to be on the trail, but it's still nice to be sitting in the shade. And so I'm not really in a rush to like leave the park and come home. So I'm loving that I can just sit in the back of my car with the lift gate up and just relax and chill out and scroll on my phone. So that was nice. Came home, got cleaned up, watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and then decided to get to work earlier in the day today. I figured my head wasn't hurting that bad. Let me try to get some editing done. So the good of today, I think draft 3 is almost done. 2 days earlier than I was anticipating. I thought this was going to take me through Friday, possibly even into the weekend. But I think I'm done-ish. Like, I think I'm done for now. I think the beta draft is done. Like, I think I'm just ready. So there's one thing that's still color coded in purple, but I'm just going to change that to pink, which is for the post beta draft, like the final developmental edit draft, because yeah, and everything else, there's one, so scrolling through the end, there's one thing, working out the layout of her shop, but I think I can make that pink as well. I think that's good. I might just make a note for my beta readers, like, do any of the places in the book still feel like they need to be explained or described more? But as I was looking through it, I think this is something that I'm overthinking. And I feel like I'm doing that with a lot of the, like, background stuff. Like, the history of Molly's family farm and the layout of her shop. And, like, I think some of these are things that I feel like I have such a clear vision of in my head, and maybe I'm not articulating that as much as I could on the page. But then I think about it and I'm like, but does it need to be articulated that clearly? Or can I just let the reader kind of envision it how they want to envision it? So yeah, I think I've really addressed everything that I felt like had to be addressed for the beta draft. Tomorrow, a family member is visiting from out of town. They're arriving today, and I'm spending tomorrow and Friday and part of Saturday with them. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have tomorrow, so this kind of worked out. But I think tomorrow I'm going to try to just skim through each chapter, just like scroll through each chapter in Scrivener really quickly and just see what I think, see if anything obvious kind of jumps out. I need to update my word counts for each chapter and put what the draft 3 word count total ended up being for each chapter. And then on Friday, I think I'll put it all into Vellum maybe and like make a nicely formatted beta draft for my beta readers. The alpha draft, I just exported it as an EPUB from Scrivener, but the formatting of that, like, I think there's a way to make the formatting of that look good, but if you're just doing a quick export as an EPUB, it's not going to look as nice. Like, you have to spend time, I think, to make the formatting look good when you export, when you compile and export from Scrivener. So like, it's possible to export it from Scrivener in different formats, but it's not always going to look good without spending some time on that. Whereas I can dump this into, I can export it as a Word doc, drag and drop it into Vellum, and have it beautifully formatted within like 5 minutes. So I'll probably do that on Friday, and then Friday I can send it out to the beta readers, which will be really exciting. Like, oh, that will be so good. So yeah, I'm not wrapping up the vlog here. I'm not done with editing. I'm not done with draft 3 just yet, but we are very close, and we will definitely be done with it before the end of this vlog. So that's very exciting. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish tomorrow just because I'm going to be busy with my family tomorrow. And I need to work on a Patreon scene and my newsletter, which I'll talk about that in a minute. That's the other thing I've been working on today. But I do have a couple hours blocked out Friday morning before I go to lunch with my family on Friday, and so I should be able to finish up everything, including formatting it quickly in Vellum and sending it to my beta readers during that time on Friday if I don't finish it beforehand. So yeah, so I was working on this for about an hour, not even that long today, but I was working on that this morning for a little bit of time, and then I took my lunch break and went and just watched something on YouTube and laid down because my head was starting to hurt a bit more by then. And I then had a couple calls I had to log on for, a couple online appointments, and before those I was starting to work on my newsletter, but it's not done. So I might try to do some work on that tonight while sitting on the couch, but I've got an outline for my newsletter for this week, so I know what I want to write. I just need to write it all and try to make it as like concise as possible. I know some of you like the long emails, but I send these every week, and every week does not need to be a long email, and I would like this one to be on the shorter side, but there's a lot of things I kind of want to talk about in the email. Link to sign up for the email list is in the description box below if you want to join. I send out emails every Friday morning, but what I talk about each week is a bit random. So I need to do that, and then I wanted to post a Patreon bonus story today, and I have it written, and I did, before my appointment, I did read through it and edit it, but I think I'm going to post it tomorrow instead of posting it. I feel like I want to look through it one more time tomorrow morning and just like make sure I'm really truly happy with it and not, I just don't trust my brain right now. I'm tired and my head hurts, and I probably shouldn't be posting things on the internet right now under these conditions. But I do have a bonus story, a bonus scene, and it's a brand new scene. I think I was talking about that earlier in this vlog with Catherine and Josh. So it's set between books 1 and 2. It's not an alternate version of an existing scene. It's a completely new scene that will be up on Patreon by the time you're watching this vlog. So yeah, we're adding more stuff to Patreon, and I'm really enjoying that. And I've started working on a bonus scene with the grannies that will be set kind of within the timeline of book 1 of Independent Hearts. It's within the timeline of the Bookshop of Possibilities, probably somewhere like a conversation the grannies were having, probably somewhere around chapter 3-ish, between 3 and somewhere between chapters 3 and 5, shortly after Catherine takes over the bookshop. So, and that will also be like a completely new, fresh scene, not anything that anyone will have seen before in the book, but featuring the grannies. And I've got ideas to do this for all 4 books. And I will probably try to get all 4 of those scenes out before book 4 comes out. So it'll be a slight like teaser of what is going to be happening in book 4. So like I want to get these scenes written. So yes, I'm getting more ideas for Independent Hearts bonus content. So if you haven't been joining as a paid member on Patreon because you haven't been interested in the Across the Pond bonus content, I am bringing out some Independent Hearts bonus content. So yeah, link to join Patreon is also in the description box. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna go relax. It's 4:45. My brain is done. I don't feel like I've gotten that much done today, but I have gotten some things done today. I'm just gonna be glad for the stuff I did get done and not stress about the stuff that I haven't gotten done. Okay, it is now Friday. Yesterday was good. It was fun. It was mildly productive. It could have been more productive. But I really am, I think, done with the beta draft, or like done with draft 3. So now I have a beta draft to send out to my beta readers. So that's exciting. So I have a little bit of time this morning. I'm just setting up all my stuff. I have a little bit of time this morning, so I am going to try to get the beta draft formatted and created and ready to send to the betas. Just very exciting. Also just a little bit nerve-wracking. I don't know, it's like at this point it's a nearly finished draft. Theoretically, it's a nearly finished draft. So I don't know. I want it to be done. I want it to be done. I want to be able to send it out to the betas, and I want to have them tell me that it's lovely and wonderful and more than good enough. I don't expect them to tell me it's perfect, but I just want them to tell me it's done. I will accept it's done, but here's 3 little things you might want to just fix. Like, I'm ready to move on. Well, let me think about this before I finish this statement. Mentally, I'm ready to move on to copy editing, but I'm not really ready to actually do the copy editing. And we'll talk about copy editing later. We're still at least a couple weeks away from copy editing starting, possibly as much as a month. I like to give my beta readers as much time as possible. I am going to tell them, like, if you can get it done in 2 weeks or less, that would be ideal. I'll probably have the beta draft read by the end of next week. So we'll talk about that in next week's vlogs. Today, I want to compile this out of Scrivener. So I want to compile this as a Word doc and then drag and drop the Word doc into Vellum and format it in Vellum just really quickly, but to make it look more like a finished book for the beta readers. That way they can focus more on the words and the story and less on clunky formatting. So the alpha draft, I just like export it from Scrivener as an EPUB and it's good enough. But for the beta draft, I like it to look more like, to visually, in terms of formatting, look more like one of my finished novels. I'm gonna do that, but then I'm also going to compile it as a PDF out of Scrivener and put that on my iPad. I think I'm gonna read the beta draft in my PDF annotation app on my iPad and use the Apple Pencil to mark things up. So I want kind of a Word doc version, double-spaced line spacing, so there's room for me to write and mark up the pages, and that's how I will read it. But I want my beta readers to have a nicer reading experience. So I need to address my note to, I had a note to my alpha readers. I need to change this to be my note to my beta readers. I think I'm going to copy and paste some of the things that I'm still like on the fence about or concerned about so that they can have those in mind. I'll also copy and paste that into my email when I send it to them so that they have it somewhere separate, but I want to put it in the note. It's just starting to feel really real that this book it's getting close to being done. I just want it to be done. I really want it to be done. Not because I don't like the book or I don't like working with the characters, because I do. I love Molly and Andrew. I really, really do. Now that I'm up to book 9, I'm really trying to be better about my perfectionism and not just editing these books forever because I'm afraid to put them out. I love this book. I believe in this book. I like the story I've written. Is it groundbreaking? Is it revolutionary? No. No and no. Is it cute? Is it charming? I think so. So I'm definitely at the point in developmental editing where I'm starting to second guess things, where I'll read one scene and I'll be like, I love this, this is wonderful. You know, where I'll be reading it while I'm working on it, I'll be like, this looks great, I can't think of anything I would change, I can't think of how I would do any of this differently. And then I step away from the desk and like I'll just be sitting here, you know, on the couch later in the evening, and I'll start thinking about my book and I'll just start second guessing it, like, oh, but is it good enough? Like, have I written it well enough? Do the characters make sense? Am I being clear in this section? Do I need to expand more on this or that? I start second guessing, but then I sit back down and I look at it again and I'm like, I can't see what I would do differently. Like, I really like it. So I need to just let the beta readers read it and get their feedback and see what they think and just go from there. I think it really is at that point though where I just need to shut up and stop stressing about it and just finish these last edits, make any final changes the beta readers think will make it better, and then start copy editing. I think that's the other reason why I'm possibly lingering in developmental editing. I'm a bit scared of copy editing this time around because I think I'm gonna change my process. We'll talk about that in another vlog, but yeah, anyway, I need to shut up. I need to write this little note to my beta readers and then get everything formatted and ready. I've probably got about an hour before Mom is going to come get me. We're going out to lunch with my sister and my cousin, so that's really fun. So I've got about an hour to try to get all this formatting and exporting and stuff done, and I would really love to have sent the emails to my betas before I go to lunch. Otherwise, I at least want to have everything ready to be sent by the time I get home from lunch. So those are my tasks. We will see how long this takes. Hopefully it won't take long. Vellum is really easy. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and just get this done. Okay, I'm home and I am so tired and it is nearly 5:30. This afternoon has just run away from me completely. So the last time I spoke to you, I was just sitting down to get some work done on the beta draft. Beta draft is done. It was done when I started vlogging this morning. We were formatting it. Beta draft is formatted and it has been sent off to the beta readers. It's been sent to 3 of them. I'm still waiting for which email the 4th one wants me to send it to. So I will probably send that off tomorrow, Sunday at the latest. So starting Monday, if not sooner, all the betas will be able to start reading it. And I will start reading it. So I'm going to take a break from it over the weekend. I'm not going to look at it this weekend. And then on Monday, I will start reading through it on my iPad. So I've got it transferred to my iPad. So yeah, that is all ready for me to start annotating it on Monday. So I'm going to try to get it read and annotated throughout next week, like not take more than 5 days, so that by the end of next week or beginning of the week after, I can start doing all the final developmental edits. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break from it over the weekend, focus on other things, focus on resting, and then we will start reading through it on Monday, which is terrifying and exciting, but it's good. It's all good. It's all good. It's like exciting, but also mildly terrifying that like I actually, so far, knock on all the wood and wood like knock on just everything. Fingers crossed. Prayers. You know, positive vibes, like everything. So far, like I'm doing good and I'm on track that like August for a launch is still looking possible. And I just really need to stay in that positive headspace and not let perfectionism start to get to me. So like I feel like everything hinges on the beta feedback. if somehow, some way, the beta feedback, either my feedback in reading this draft or the feedback I get from my readers, if that throws up or brings back something big that suddenly just I feel isn't working, then that could slow things down. But if when I read through this, it kind of feels like, no, like I really like the story, and I feel like it lives up to the expectation of the series in general and what people expect after the first 3 books, and Molly and Andrew sound really good and are feeling really good. Like if it's generally good, then the hope is there will just be a few minor tweaks here and there to strengthen and clarify things in a few different places perhaps throughout the manuscript, and then developmental editing can be done. And if I can finish that by like mid-June, like if I could get beta feedback by June 15th, like if all the feedback could come in by June 15th, and then I can finish it by the end of the 3rd week of June and be starting copy editing by like June 25th or something, like that would be even better. I think I can copy edit, format, and proofread in 1 month, which would then allow me, if I could start that on July 1st, I could then theoretically, like odds are pretty good, I could then be uploading it by August 1st, which would be ideal. I just need to keep my perfectionism under control. I just need to not be a perfectionist on this book. Like that's just where we're at. I really just need to keep the perfectionism to a minimum on this book. And that, I feel like that really is going to hinge on the beta feedback, because if the beta feedback is, no, you've still got a lot of work to do, then that's going to be a problem. I will deal with that, but that would not be ideal. Whereas my gut instinct is, this book is almost done. And I think as I'm reading it, there will be a few little things that I do want to fix and address, but overall, it's good. The remaining edits shouldn't take me more than like a week. And if the betas confirm, if all my beta readers confirm that, then we'll be good. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll do a vlog just of reading through the beta draft and like my thoughts as I'm reading it. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna stop. Thank you for keeping me company this week. The goal this week was to finish the beta draft and send it out to the beta readers, and I did that. And then I got to go out to a really yummy lunch with my mom and my sister and my cousin. So lunch felt like a nice celebration because I got everything sent out, and I knew that I didn't have to like rush home to get back to editing work to wrap it up for the week. So I'm officially done working on Independent Hearts for this week. I can take the weekend off and just relax, and then I'll start reading the beta draft on Monday. So it's been a lovely day. It's been a busy day. After lunch, we did a tiny bit of shopping, and then we went over to my aunt's house to help her. She's in the final stages of getting ready to move. So her movers have already come, and she's cleaning out her apartment and packing up the last of the little bits. So we were helping her, and then Mom dropped me off here by like 4:30, I think. So, and now it is 5:37, and I need to stop talking, and I need to just go crash on the couch and enjoy what's left of my Friday, and then enjoy the weekend. So I will vlog the weekend. I will vlog the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday or both. So I will see you you will see me on Wednesday, but I'll start talking to you all again tomorrow probably. So I'm gonna stop. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I really appreciate both of those things. They really do mean the world to me and make me very happy. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for Independent Hearts 4, because we are getting close. You can also let me know in the comments, what is your writing update? If you're a writer, what are you working on? What are you reading if you're a reader? Your thoughts on beta draft read-throughs, developmental editing, how you get through this stage of the process. I'm so mentally tired, And I'm ready. I'm ready to just move on to the next thing. I think this is the difficulty about publishing. It is such a marathon to stay interested and invested in your project long term. Writing and editing and publishing a book is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And so you've got to maintain that interest throughout that long term, and you have to be interested and invested in every stage of the process. And this is the biggest thing I'm learning. I have to find ways of enjoying not just outlining and writing, which is my favorite part, but also enjoying and feeling invested in the developmental editing, the copy editing, the formatting, the proofreading, because this is the stage where I'm ready to just abandon a project and go to the shiny new thing, and I cannot do that. So yeah, any tips on how you stay motivated, whether it's a writing project or some other long-term creative project? How do you keep that momentum going? Because I'm definitely struggling with that. I feel like that's the biggest thing I'm struggling with at this point in this book, and it's common with all my books. That's what I struggle with, but that's definitely where I'm at. So that can be our question. How do you maintain momentum and interest and investment in a long-term creative project, writing or other creative project? I'd love to know your advice. Help me out. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over to the couch now and crash for the evening. And I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!